Hannibal Barca, arguably the greatest military strategist of antiquity, remains a figure of both fascination and historical debate. His name synonymous with audacious ambition, brilliant campaigns, and ultimately, tragic defeat. Born in 247 BC, in Carthage, a powerful Phoenician city-state located in modern-day Tunisia, Hannibal's life was profoundly shaped by a childhood oath sworn by his father, Hamilcar Barca, a prominent Carthaginian general. Hamilcar, a staunch opponent of Rome's expanding influence in the Mediterranean, instilled in young Hannibal a deep-seated hatred for the Roman Republic. According to Roman historian Livy, Hamilcar made Hannibal swear an oath to forever oppose Rome, a formative moment that would define his military career. This oath, recounted by Polybius and other ancient sources, cemented Hannibal's lifelong dedication to challenging Roman dominance. Hamilcar's military campaigns in Hispania, modern-day Spain and Portugal, provided Hannibal with his initial training and practical experience in warfare. He participated in his father's campaigns against Iberian tribes, gaining valuable insights into military tactics, logistics, and leadership. Upon Hamilcar's death in 228 BC, Hannibal, despite his youth, was elected general, demonstrating the respect and confidence the Carthaginian people had in him. His appointment initially met with some resistance from older, more established Carthaginian leaders, proved surprisingly swift and indicative of his burgeoning reputation. One such leader, Hasdrubal the Fair, his uncle and successor of Hamilcar, was tragically killed in battle, further accelerating Hannibal's rise to power. Hannibal's early years as general in Hispania were marked by military successes, consolidating Carthaginian control over the region and expanding their territory. He implemented reforms within the Carthaginian army, integrating Iberian mercenaries and cavalry into the force, creating a more diverse and formidable fighting force. This integration significantly enhanced the army's mobility and striking power, crucial elements in his future campaigns against Rome. In 218 BC, Hannibal embarked on his most audacious military endeavor, an invasion of Italy. Rather than crossing the Mediterranean by sea, he decided to march his army, including tens of thousands of soldiers, cavalry and war elephants, across the Alps. The crossing was a logistical nightmare, fraught with challenges, including harsh weather conditions, treacherous terrain, and hostile alpine tribes. Despite these immense obstacles, Hannibal successfully led his army across the Alps, a feat considered almost impossible at the time. His arrival in Italy sent shockwaves through the Roman Republic, which underestimated the possibility of a Carthaginian invasion. Hannibal's early victories in Italy were stunning. At the Battle of Trebia in 218 BC, he decisively defeated a Roman army, exploiting their lack of preparedness. He used terrain and weather to his advantage, ambushing Roman forces and disrupting their formations. The Battle of Lake Trasimene in 217 BC resulted in another crushing Roman defeat, with thousands of Roman soldiers drowned in the lake. Hannibal's strategic brilliance lay in his ability to anticipate Roman tactics and then exploit their weaknesses. His use of light infantry, skirmishers and cavalry, combined with the psychological impact of his war elephants, proved highly effective against the heavily armored Roman legions. The Battle of Cannae in 216 BC, considered Hannibal's greatest military achievement, was a tactical masterpiece. He deliberately allowed the Roman army to envelop his lines, then launched a devastating counterattack, effectively surrounding and destroying the Roman forces. Carthage shook the Roman Republic to its core, leading to widespread panic and calls for peace. However, the Roman Senate, despite suffering a catastrophic defeat, refused to negotiate with Hannibal and resolved to continue the war. With Hannibal's army deep in enemy territory and his supply lines stretched thin, maintaining his campaign in Italy became increasingly difficult. While he inflicted further defeats on Roman forces, he lacked the resources to decisively defeat Rome and force a favorable peace treaty. Rome, under the leadership of Quintus Fabius Maximus, adopted a strategy of attrition, avoiding direct confrontations with Hannibal and instead harassing his supply lines and wearing down his army. This Fabian strategy, while unpopular among some Romans, proved effective in gradually weakening Hannibal's position. Simultaneously, Rome launched counterattacks in North Africa, threatening Carthage and forcing Hannibal to divert resources to defend his homeland. In 207 BC, Hasdrubal Barca, Hannibal's brother, attempted to reinforce him in Italy, but was defeated and killed at the Battle of the Metaurus River. This defeat effectively cut off Hannibal from receiving any further reinforcements or supplies from Carthage. In 202 BC, the final showdown between Hannibal and the Roman Republic occurred at the Battle of Zama in North Africa. Scipio Africanus, a brilliant Roman general, had learned from Hannibal's tactics and devised a strategy to counter them. The Battle of Zama resulted in a decisive Roman victory, marking the end of Hannibal's campaign in Italy and the Second Punic War. While Hannibal demonstrated incredible military skill, the lack of resources and reinforcements ultimately proved his undoing. After Zama, Hannibal returned to Carthage, where he attempted to regain political influence, but was increasingly marginalized. He was eventually exiled from Carthage in 195 BC, seeking refuge in the court of Antiochus III, the Seleucid king of Syria. He served as a military advisor to Antiochus, helping him plan an invasion of Roman territory, but the campaign never materialized. Fearing a renewed threat from Hannibal, Rome demanded his surrender, but he refused. Rather than be captured by the Romans, Hannibal committed suicide in 183 BC by drinking poisoned ribera. His death marked the end of a remarkable life dedicated to challenging the dominance of the Roman Republic. Hannibal's legacy as a brilliant military strategist and tactician continues to inspire and influence military thinkers to this day. His innovative use of terrain, combined with his ability to anticipate enemy movements, made him a formidable opponent. The Roman historian Livy's assessment of Hannibal as the greatest soldier the world has ever known underscores his enduring reputation. The story of Hannibal remains a testament to the power of ambition, the ingenuity of military strategy, and the enduring conflict between Carthage and Rome. Though ultimately defeated, Hannibal's impact on Roman history and military thought remains profound, securing his place as one of the greatest military figures in history.